the live. And I didn't realize that I put it on. Okay, so we're live. And my computer so I don't hear myself talking. And that way I can kind of see if there's any comments or questions on the other computer. Okay. So I'm back. Get my tea set up over here. Because you know you gotta have tea when you're creating. Getting my tea ready over here. Squeeze me some more lemon in there. So guys, I think I finally got everything to do this project. I went back to Hobby Lobby to get the tool because the tool I had was not working, obviously. And now I think I might have everything that I need. So now we can get to it. So, based on what the lady said at the store, this is the right size and the right tool. They did not have the tool that looked like a gun and you kind of like put the piece in there and then just smash it together. They didn't have that, and in order for me to get that, I probably would have to order it online. But first, before I do this, I wanted to, I was considering putting some lining on the inside of this, just to make it look a little bit better. So it doesn't look so unfinished on the other side. And then I was gonna iron it down and then sew around the edges to give it more of a finished look. So I'm gonna cut this material out. This is just some scrap that I had. And I always have scraps. That's why I keep material. A lot of people call me a hoarder because I always have stuff. But see how it come in handy? You be needing things. And shoot, you be needing some things. And now I have what I need. And I think I'm gonna use or a dark brown to sew the line around the edges. Once I started to do this last night, but I was so tired that I did not feel like doing it. And also I have to curve these edges, kind of like round them off, so I'm gonna do that too. But I think I might do that after I sew the little 1/2 inch line around. And I have some adhesive that I can use to stick the adhesive to the cloth and then iron the other one onto it so that its stick is not like, you know how it might be bubbling underneath. So that's one reason why you would want to use adhesive. I'm trying to get as close to this line as possible, even though I might end up cutting a lot of that off. I'm finished. And if you have questions, anything, just let me know and I will go over here and see what you're talking about. Hi, Piers Shorts. What's going on? What's going on? So let me turn on my iron over here so I can put this adhesive on. I'll just bring the iron over here. And we can cut out the piece for the adhesive piece. Because this is what I use to make my patches. And so you iron it down and you peel the other side off and then stick it on something else. So we'll do that. All right. I might want this side to be up, this side to be against there. So I'll put the adhesive on this side. You know what? I have dropped this light so many times. Sometimes it don't even want to go brighter. I hit it and it changes color tones. But now I can't get the brightness to go. It went down, but it won't go up. Shit. I might have to get me a new light because I've totally dropped this light like 1,000 times. So I don't know if it's gonna do right. So I'm gonna cut this piece out. It's not gonna be long enough that way, so I'm gonna have to cut it. Let me turn this around. Okay, let me take a little shot of tea. So again, if you have questions, let me know. So I have to get up and go over there to where my monitor's at because I can't see it from over here. But I am making, so I tried to do this the other night, but I didn't have the right tools to put in my eyelets so that I could run the elastic cord through them. So I had to go back and get the correct eyelets. I got the correct eyelets, and then I didn't have a tool to install them. So I had to go back to Hobby Lobby and get this tool here. So they said this is the right tool, and I hope that it works. Otherwise, so you're supposed to put this on here and then put the material through there, and then you smash down. So I have a hammer. I don't have a mallet. Oh, y'all couldn't even see what I was doing. So this is the tool, and I'm trying to make sure y'all can see. Yeah, so this is the tool. So you put it on that. I think this is called the anvil. Put the tool on there. Your material, of course, would be over here, and then you take this tool on the top, and then you hit it with the hammer. So let's hope that this works today, because if it does, I'm going to make another one. So I have decided that I was going to make two. One for my books that I'm reading, and the other one is going to be for my journal, because to me it was just a little too bulky in my opinion, and I just feel like I I want to carry everything. I don't know. I'll see how it looks when we're done because I seen the way she added in her other journals together and then put them all in there together. So I'll try to do it that way, but I don't know if it's gonna work or if it's even gonna look right. But I don't have a problem with trying to do it that way. But to me, it just seemed like it was a lot. And since I had the extra materials, I just felt like, you know, hey, I didn't have a problem. And I have like a gob of other type of material, but I just thought like the cowhide was super dope. So that's why I chose the cowhide. So right now what I'm doing is I'm putting adhesive on this material that will be used on the inside, on the opposite side of the cowhide. And this is the adhesive that I use when I make my patches. So if you're new to my page, I'm a embroidery digitizer. I make patches, I sew clothes, I make clothes, I'm a photographer, I love art. Anything that has to do with creating something, that is my judge. That's what I like to do. So we are working on this cover and hopefully I'll put this, let's see if this is the right side. I think it is. This is shiny side. I think this is the right side. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and iron this down. This paper here. Make sure there's no glue on it. Glue on the other side. Yeah, it has glue on it. I never like ironing directly on material because I don't know what type of effect my iron will have on stuff like that. So I like to use parchment paper. And when you order patches from me, I always send parchment paper with my patches. It comes with instructions, and if you're interested in like custom patches or anything like that, you can just check out my Etsy page. I was trying to sell on TikTok, but TikTok is super annoying when it comes to like selling, and I really don't have the patience to sell on there. And so I don't know, I don't even think I have like more than 5 products on there because every time I would upload something, they would find something wrong with it and it was just starting to get annoying. So I just stopped selling on there. Like I don't concentrate on selling on TikTok. And like TikTok is cool like for getting information, you know, because there's a lot of people on there that really know what they're talking about. There's some very, very knowledgeable people on there. And so I like to just, now I'm like looking up. Oh, I didn't mean to have the steam on. Never use steam. I didn't mean to have the steam on. Especially with adhesive, sometimes it will cause it to react in the opposite way. So I'm really, really hoping that this comes out good because I have really been wanting to make a cover. I have so many notebooks and I have drawing notebooks, books that I draw in, and a lot of times I want to carry this stuff with me, but they're all in separate, you know, so I didn't want to have in my carry bag, like I have a work bag that I carry and everything. Oh, and it's not sticking. What in the world? It ain't even sticking. I wonder if it's this material. Like this stuff is not even, it ain't even sticking. Maybe I just didn't leave the heat on there long enough. It might have been also I had the steam off. Let me try this again. Hopefully this material can be adhered to. That would be crazy. I didn't realize it doesn't work on all material. It might just well be this material is not set up to do this. That would be wild, wild and crazy. So let me know like where y'all watching from, you know. Are you following me? Have you watched any of my other videos? This is really wild. I don't even think this stuff is sticking to. One thing I really hate is wasting my product, my stuff, and I hope that it was just I didn't do it long enough. Because if this thing don't stick, it's gonna be a problem. I feel like it might be working. Let me just iron some more. Because I should be able to pull this apart, and then the other side is adhesive on the other side, and then I just iron that to the cowhide upholstery fabric that I have here. It's not real cowhide, it's like some kind of synthetic crap that I got from Joann Fabrics, but I went to Hobby Lobby today and they had some and it was ugly, absolutely ugly. It didn't even look like cowhide. It was like, I don't know what that crap was, but it didn't look good at all. So I don't know who their buyer is for their fabric and stuff, but ugh. And I'm like, I know that there's some better cowhide material that they could have purchased that look way better than what they had in there. And I think I just feel like Joann Fabrics was so needed. Actually, that was my first job I ever had. I worked at Joann Fabrics, and I was really disappointed. The stuff is not sticking to this in a big way. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now we have adhesive on this side. So now we want to, I have to punch the holes again in my cowhide. And now we're gonna iron this to this, and then we're gonna sew it down because I wanted it to have a nice inside cover instead of it being, then I'll just trim it up. I'll trim up the edges so it looks as neat as possible. Just trying to make sure that we have the edges covered as much as possible. Okay, now let's iron this to the adhesive. Okay. Alright, let's hope that this works. Well, I'm gonna sew it together anyway, so it's just I'm just trying to keep like it from lifting and looking like it's not attached together. So that's why I decided to use adhesive. The lady video that I watched, she also used adhesive, but the material that she used looked like some type of like vinyl. It looked like kind of plasticky. So, and then she had some fabric that she sewed, that she used for her insides. It's so hot and melting it, this fabric. I don't know what this fabric is. I don't remember what it is, but maybe that's why it was having a hard time with the with the adhesive because it's so like, I don't know what this stuff is. Some type of, I don't know if melting it with the iron. I gotta be really careful. I have to be careful. Alright, so it's on there. And we're not gonna take that apart. We're going to now get the sewing machine up here and we're gonna change the thread color after I move this hot iron out of the way. And then we'll do some trimming after I sew it together. I'm not sure. Hi, hello, what is this? I think I answered that question. I'm making a journal cover from my journals and my books that I'm reading because I carry a lot of stuff in my weight bag and everything is always like moving all over the place inside my bag. So I decided to make this journal cover for my journals, and I watched a couple of videos on YouTube and hopefully I can make it. So I'm gonna have to re-punch my holes there that I'm covered up, but I have these feathers and I thought, wow, that would be cool to go on there. I don't know, I like it. And then, you know, have your little band that wraps around. I think that is so cute. Or you could have it at the top on one side, but I really like it on this side. It gives it a little visual interest. And I have some stuff where I can make my own the little bangles that she had on there. I don't know, they're little charms. I thought those are cute as well. All right, so here is my sewing machine, and I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see all of this part very much, but what I plan on doing is sewing a half an inch all the way around and then cutting the curves out and then trimming this up a little bit better. But that's the goal here, is to just trim, but I think I'm going to use black thread instead of white thread. And I don't remember what color thread is in here on the inside. I think it's no thread. How about that? It's all out. So I need to get the black thread, and then we're gonna get started. We're gonna put some thread on the bobbin. So this is a Singer heavy duty sewing machine. I really love it. I used to have my grandma's sewing machine for like years and years. And then I finally got this one, maybe, I got this sewing machine like 2 years ago. And what's so funny is I just saw this black thread and I don't know what to do with it. Let's say it was, oh, here it is. I found it. All right. Oh, there it is. Oh, I gotta. First things first, plug up the sewing machine. All right, so we're gonna take a tea break, just a second. Let's see if I can turn this around. Well, I'll turn it around when I start sewing, but for now, I'm just trying to put some thread on this bobbin. Well, I just do it here. This is called I Am Putting Some Thread on the Bobby. Full bobbin. Get my knocking stuff over. So now we can thread our machine. And if you have any other questions, or you're just watching, and I can shut up. Shut up and sew, girl. Shut up and sew. I love sewing. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun to make your own stuff. Oh, people. I'm moving the camera so y'all can see what I'm doing. Threading the machine. All right, so now, first thing I always like to do is check my tension. So I like to get a piece of material closely to what I'm sewing on, just to make sure everything is everything before I start sewing. Okay. So I have this piece right here, and I'll just sew around the edges just to make sure that it's so it looks like everything is sewing the way it should, so we're good to go. Now the goal is sew a straight line. So when I was younger and my mom was teaching me how to sew, she would just draw like a line with chalk and would say follow the line. And so I don't use chalk anymore. I kind of just follow the fabric. Side down. There we go. always like set the needle down and then turn the fabric. That way, you know, you don't have to worry about it moving out of place. That's what I always do. Trying to see like where the, okay, yeah, I can see. All right, so we did that part. Cut off all these extra pieces of thread. Alright, so you see the line on the inside, see the line on the outside, right there. And so now I'm gonna put this down for now. We're done with the sewing machine for this part of it. So now I will go around and clean up these edges a bit, just to make it look